Hey everyone, happy Friday once again. And today we're actually wrapping up our Event Planner Miniseries. And way back, however many weeks ago, when we started this, our goal was to explore event organizers' experiences. And today we are reflecting on what we've learned from the past, I think, 7 episodes. And with Christian's help, we're going to kind of dig into some of those learnings. So Christian, firstly, good to have you back. How are you doing today?
I'm doing great. It's a wonderful Friday. I hope the same for you guys.
Sorry, I'm going to be muting and unmuting on this episode because I'm in the real green room outside. Welcome back, Christian. So happy to have you join us as we reflect on the mini series. And we heard from so many different folks in different industries, different use cases, talking about music, education, and advocacy, higher education, employee orientations and engagement, and some of those like traditional conferences, right? Like our bread and butter, focusing on networking innovation for professional groups. Do you feel like we covered our bases? Like, is this a representative population, or are there some perspectives that maybe we're still missing?
Oh, good question. I think it does. As far as, again, really kind of the bread and butter of the platform, I think that really does cover it. But I think the flexibility of our platform really lends itself to a lot more as well. I mean, everything from, hey, a leadership retreat that I might be guiding someone on, or a year-round HR use case where they're kind of diving into the platform and maybe having small gatherings along the way. And so it's really about how you see the platform being most valuable, in addition to just serving your key event or gathering.
Yeah, I love that. I feel like there are so many extra kind of perspectives we could have gone after and tried to speak to. And I think even within some of the ones we mentioned there, right? When we think of trade shows can be for personal joy, like Comic-Con and some of the really like exciting things that we work with that are more around a particular topic, whatever. And then they can be really business focused, like a lot of trade shows I go to where it's really centered around people going to explore technology and all that good stuff. And I feel like even then we could keep getting all these different perspectives, and we probably would have been able to build a 52-week year-round event planner mini series based on the amount of different variations there are of people using our product, which I think is always pretty cool, right? To see all these different ways in which Guidebook's being used. But in the kickoff for this mini series, you had mentioned that various event organizers you speak with are all looking for something that makes sense. Do you think this still rings true after hearing from our mini series guests?
I do, yeah. And again, kind of as I pointed out the last time we connected, is it's always about what makes most sense to them, and trying to get, it's not just throwing all of our bells and whistles at them and saying, wow, look at all this. It's having the conversation and getting an idea of first what they need, and second, what they're ideally expecting from the platform once they decide we're a good fit. So, yeah, I finding that magic in well, these are all the tools in your toolbox, but I know for certain, based on what we've discussed, that these 5 are going to be absolutely critical. And maybe that's a mixture of engagement and some of our advanced schedule tools. Maybe they're assigning everyone a unique schedule with our preset schedules functionality, and then largely just kind of having a lot of other information available for reference, because for them, those individual schedules that's key. Nothing's going to be more important than everyone logging in, seeing those items assigned to them, and so on. So yeah, finding that mixture is always so much fun. And I think it's also really fun too, because for as much as I can recommend something based on my 27 years with the company, it's really cool when the customer comes to me and says, well, hey, guess what we did with this, that, and the other, or hey, we grouped all these together and we're using these in a way that we really like. Does anyone else do this? I get such a rush when people come to us and share those experiences, because it's just so much fun hearing other people have fun in the platform.
I love that. I think something that really resonated with me throughout the Event Planner mini-series is we're talking about solutions and tools and the logistics and trying to find something that makes sense, but like, to accomplish what, right? Every one of our guests was so passionate and so mission-driven in their work that it really like Guidebook sometimes didn't even come up in the conversation because they were so focused on the experience, right? And I want to dig more into that. What are people trying to achieve through events, and what is Guidebook's role in that bigger picture?
Oh my goodness, yeah. Well, I know we had previously kind of discussed this a little bit, but whether it's the big stuff like, hey, we really need you guys to help us cut printing costs, or we want to maybe take a greener approach to sharing information, or we just want to try a mobile app for the first time. It's like those are the big ones, but drilling down a little bit, I think it's we just want the fastest, most valuable way to share critical information. And I think especially, well, knock on wood, especially when they get a chance to actually try our platform for the first time, I think they find that the experience really is pretty cozy. And a big reason why, or I should say, forgive me, let me backtrack. It's cozy, and I think that's what ultimately adds to the experience they're trying to create, because folks know what to expect. They understand the layout of our menu drawer, for example, or coaching customers through how to best organize some of those available features of functionality in a way that makes sense, in a way that's easy to consume. So it's really just them getting in and understanding. It's like, oh, okay, this is where all of my information is going to be, and that's so much better than have to carry around packets or wait for pre-event emails that have a lot of different materials that I may or may not remember to bring, or potentially having the event organizers share too much information in advance and maybe inundate folks a little. Just knowing it's all right there so the user can go at their own pace, that I think is what adds so much to any experience that someone's trying to build for really any event size, from a 25 person retreat or a 25,000 anime convention, whatever it might be.
Yeah, no, I think that's a really good point. And I think, across all of the episodes that we did, there were some through lines, I think, from people that, definitely when they're looking for like reliability, ultimately like a trusted partner with a product that they know that, we spoke to Gretchen, I think last week, and she was kind of talking about the fact they run like 93 events, right? And there's 7 of them in their team. Now that scale of events that they're organizing between really quite a lean team throughout their calendar year, when you look to your technology, you want to know that it's there, it's going to work easily, it's reliable, it's easy to use. Anyone in your team can pick it up, make changes. She kind of commented around their approach to event management is all hands on deck. You can't just be like, these are my events, and I'm not worried about what you're doing. So it's like you can say to someone in your team, hey, like I've got these changes, can you make them for me? And it's just like within 5 minutes, it's done. Everyone's updated, and I think that's really important. And I think like something I took away, we asked the same questions of everyone, which is always good because we kind of see all the differences in people's answers. And I think we'll have to make a video of just like the answers to specific questions, because I think the one around like 1 or 2 bits of advice for other event planners, there was some great valuable answers in there, and even the one around like how people are measuring success, and that was different depending on who we asked, but it was also so heartwarming when some people just say like, I'm changing people's lives, I'm giving them such like a memorable experience, and like that is the power of events. And I think hearing that from event planners throughout, for me, yeah, I think that was just really great to see throughout this series. Now, before we do wrap up, did anyone have any final thoughts or takeaways? Or we can send people off into their Fridays. But I wanted to give space. If anyone just had a final thought about the Event Planner Miniseries, if we bring it to a close.
I'm waiting for the car noise to die down. We have to do it again. We have to get more people in here. I loved doing that mini series. It was so insightful to hear from so many different people and find the similarities and differences in their event planning approach, where technology comes in, how they collaborate, and also how they leverage their audience, right? The audience has such a voice when it comes to what makes an event impactful. You have to hear your customers, right? Like we're doing. We got to keep doing it. It was so interesting and so fun just to bring so many people into the green room. I don't know, Christian, did you have any thoughts from the episodes that you've seen so far?
No, I completely agree. And I also love the idea of having a dedicated video just kind of answering those questions too. I actually did, not to circle back a little bit, but I love that as well. No, I think this has been such a blast too. And even just being able to participate and answer questions with you guys, it's just so much fun to talk about the platform in new ways or in new environments, because I've been here a long time for a reason, as I kind of had shared in a previous meeting. So there's always so much value in these conversations, because it helps you kind of keep your eyes on the prize, so to speak, and make sure that we're doing the right things for the right reasons for the right people. So no, this was just such a blast, and I'd be very excited to see more for sure.
Yeah, definitely. We will 100% do some more. Maybe once summer's out, we'll come back and go for series 2 of the Event Planner Miniseries. But Christian, firstly, thank you so much. You have top and tailed this series, so we appreciate you coming in at the start and the finish and kind of providing some context ahead and reflecting afterwards. Gonna close the laptop, enjoy being outside, have a good time. It's Friday, but yeah, that's the end of this series. But we'll be back with other Green Room episodes coming up soon. And good to see you both, and we'll see everyone next Friday.